All right, folks. Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's final front load and another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels. We are going back to that horrible world known as the JRC. Before we do the usual disclaimers, if you are unfamiliar with the Stop the Shocks campaign or the campaign against the troubled teen industry, you're going to find all the pertinent links right there in the description box. Please, in particular, take note of the article written by NeuroClastic, a small non for profit started by autistics for autistics. Pardon me. In it, they interviewed over 800 ABA professionals in regards to the JRC so called Behavior Modification Program. The Judge Rotenberg Educational Center doesn't want you to read that article so much. They threatened NeuroClastic with a defamation lawsuit if they did not remove it from the website. NeuroClastic refused, so you know the drill. Please read the article, share on all your social media. Also included is NeuroClastic's public statement regards to the defamation lawsuit threat, as well as a link to their GoFundMe. We are crowdfunding just in case the JRC ever actually does see through with their threat. All right, trigger warning. Blah. When we talk about places like the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center or Agape Boarding School for Boys, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of people with mental health issues and disabled people being tortured and abused. If you got young children present, please make sure to use your headphones. Trigger warning 2, this channel is marked not for kids for a reason. We use profanity on occasion and speak on dark subjects. If your child is 16 and younger and they are watching this, very obviously parental supervision is very much advised. Alright, now where we left off. The panel members who opined that the banning standard is met, a majority of the panel, were asked whether labeling could correct or eliminate the risk of illness or injury posed by the ESDs, and all concluded that labeling could not correct or eliminate the dangers associated with the ESDs, mainly because it doesn't address them at all. If you put labeling on there, you're still using it on human beings. You're still shocking them just below the lethal limit, and that's going to still come with all the repercussions we've been discussing for over the last 3 goddamn decades. Alright? Correctly labeling does it affects nothing. It does nothing. That's like when they put that labeling on cigarettes that was supposed to help deter teenagers from my generation to stop smoking and don't get started smoking. Or remember when they had Joe Camel removed because they thought that it was appealing to kids and teenagers when that had nothing to do with it at all? The same principle applies. All right, let's continue. As we explain, responses 14 and 18, factors outside of the user's control, including the psychological state of the individual subject to the device, can play a significant role in how an individual perceives any given shock or series of shocks. Or let me put this in layman's terms, since, they don't want to. Abuse has psychological ramifications that haunt us for the rest of our days until the day we die. Okay? I have PTSD. It's going to affect me for the rest of my life. Alright? It's there to haunt me. A random trigger out of nowhere. Yeah, it's kind of how PTSD works. Alright. Labeling the device that you're using to abuse these kids is not going to unabuse them. Right? It's not going to somehow heal the PTSD and the trauma that you've inflicted on that kid. It changes nothing, okay? It doesn't matter what they're getting the shocks for, okay? How many times do I have to say it? The kid could be having a full-on satanic ritual inside a circle in the school gymnasium, getting ready to, I don't know, summon Beelzebub. And I would still tell you, you do not get to use that device on them. What's not to get here? What's not to get? Because these factors are outside of the user's control or are difficult to ascertain or predict, labeling that corrects and eliminates the risks of ESDs for SIB and AB cannot be written. And let me also bring up the fact, and I wonder, FDA, why you left this out as part of that paragraph. Proper labeling does not change the damage inflicted on these kids by that device. But if they knew better why they were receiving the shocks, I knew every time why I was getting the belt when I was a kid. Most of Gen X did. Okay? Knowing what we were getting the belt for, do you think that changed anything? No. In fact, more often than not, we got more stupid and more reckless and took even more dangerous risks. Okay? It shouldn't be this hard to figure out here. Corporal punishment as a form, a mode of treatment is barbaric. And it is quite disgusting that we are still having an argument on this in 2024. What's even more disgusting is that we're still debating this while long ago the neurotypical world stopped with the corporal punishment precisely for this reason. I'm tired of the double standards. I'm tired of our abuse not mattering. I'm tired that the medical model thinks it is actually okay to have a punishment model for behaviors instead of trying to figure out what's causing the behavior and fix the issue. You know, like they do with neurotypical kids. Do your jobs. Stop treating neurodivergent folks as, second-class citizens. Stop treating us like we're husks of human beings that have to earn the right to be treated with human dignity. Stop with the stop being monstrous. I'll go ahead and close on that, folks. We don't get very many views on this channel. The few we do get do tend to get removed from time to time. You know the drill. Please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe. Please don't forget to hit the comments. I appreciate your time this evening. And as always, folks, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye, everyone.